everybody. Okay, so this is one that has been requested a lot by people, and there's lots of different elements, but today I'm going to show you how to do a separation jar. Now, I would like to make it clear this is not necessarily a breakup jar. It is useful for breakups, but it's also useful for pulling apart any two people that, or more than two people that you need pulled apart. So what I've got here, just to show you, this is the first piece that I'm not going to show you what to do with. This is a petition. What I have done is taken two photographs. On the back of each photograph, I've put the name and the birth date, and then I have turned it and I have crossed it with the command to abandon or hate or break up with the other person. It's going to depend on what your work is as to which one you choose. And then I've done that on both photos. Then there is also a paper in the middle that instructs more in detail, and that one is actually a very specific separation format for a petition. I'm going to do a video on specific type of petitions later, hopefully, but that is what's in here. It has been dressed with separation and dark art oil, just really basically to make these two people part paths, disagree, not want to deal with each other anymore. That's what that's for. So I haven't gotten to do one of these for a while, so this is kind of fun. So here in this jar I have fresh habanero peppers. I'm always a little bit on the fence about what to do with fresh ingredients one way or the other, because I'm a foodie and I like to cook. So things that I associate with positive stuff I don't like to use as much, but habanero peppers are pretty solidly something I do not like to eat. So I just would consider them absolutely too hot and not something that I want to be involved with. That's why I've got habanero peppers in the jar. If you really love just hot spicy peppers, you might want to pick one that's too spicy for you, or you might want to pick one that's bitter and you don't like it. There's several different types of things you could do, but it doesn't, if you don't feel like you are very strongly emotionally attached to your food, it's not a big deal. But anyway, I just go ahead and I activate these. All right, and so that's just a silent prayer, because you know it goes all the names and everything that are involved in, you know, privacy. I can't show that to you on YouTube. But anyway, we're going to tuck the petition down in here and just get it all poked down in the middle of the peppers. So that's what's going in. Now the next thing that is actually going in, this is a high John root. They're very good for dominating or empowering any situation, and this one I have prayed over, and I've anointed it with several different oils, and so that's going in here as well. Just gonna poke that down. Get in there. There we go. All right. So that's the good stuff right there. Now we've got a couple more things that I specifically want to add. And some of these are a little bit odd. They are not, well, they're traditional to me, but they're not necessarily what you're going to read on a lot of the blogs. I found that this formula works very well for me. If you find something different, certainly get creative with it. But what I'm going to do is add coffee and chicory. And that is to ground the spell, to make it happen in the real world and to make it happen quickly. I'm also going to add some star anise to do the same thing. All right, now I'm going to add some poppy seeds. This is just for confusion, to make them feel like they are uninhibited and kind of like they're drunk, like two drunks having a fight. That's kind of what we want here. Black mustard. And black mustard is to make these two people hear gossip about each other and also to make them gossip about each other or to make them reveal confidences so that they feel betrayed by each other. Okay, there we go. And lastly, I'm going to add some wormwood. Now, wormwood is interesting stuff. It can cause a lot of things, but it also is really known for cleansing out and like purging things. Okay. It also can cause illusions or delusions or paranoia. So all of that has been added. Now I got one more thing here that I'm actually gonna put on a paper here first because it's easier. But this is a powder that I've mixed up. And you'll see there's quite a lot of it. I tend to be generous. I overdo things, but you know. What's the point of being a practitioner if you can have a little fun with it? And I love being generous with my stuff. So what's in here is a mix of alum, sulfur, dirt dauber, and cayenne pepper. It's kind of like a hot foot powder, but it specifically carries the connotation of fighting and miscommunication. All right. Alrighty, so now we've got all of that. So now I'm going to go with oils, and there's a couple different ones. I'm going to use a confusion oil. I'm just adding, see this one was a dark arts oil, this one's a separation and stay away oil. This is a bend over oil to make them submit to the spell, and also this one right here is the do as I say. Now I use two different ones because bend over is to make them submit to the spell. Do as I say is to make them feel like each other are being controlling. All right. Now you just kind of send what you want to happen into the jar. You kind of visualize it happening. And I like to visualize energy like light or darkness, depending on the situation, kind of flowing down your hands and into here. And just filling up their environment and filling up their world to where they can't stand each other and they're going to come apart. Now we have two more things to add. The first one's kind of predictable. It's white vinegar. And we're going to go... I'm only going to go about half of the way up because vinegar is going to sour everything. Sorry for the long pauses in this, I'm just stopping to pray. But we're also going to add vodka. And I deliberately got what I consider to be a cheap, I don't drink, so I don't know how this tastes, but everyone tells me it's cheap, it's not tasty, it's bitter. So we're going to pour this in here because alcohol is a preservative. And what we want to do is we want to create this, but we want it to last and be permanent. Okay, so it's pretty close to the top right there. Now there's going to be a lot more prayers and stuff that are said here, and this is actually completely finished, so I'm just going to screw on the top. And you want to give it a good shake, get it all mixed up. And as you're shaking this, you're shaking up the world of the people you just put inside this jar. So this is not, I mean, again, a lot of the magic that I get called upon to do is not what I would classify as nice magic. But I do think that a lot of times we, especially as women, we wind up being left in a situation where we're just expected to accept things and take the higher road with somebody, and we're kind of expected to step back and let them do whatever, even if what they're doing is very wrong. So I don't have a problem with doing dominating work or breakup work or controlling work. I would put it out there that everyone needs to be aware. Don't burn bridges you're still standing on. Sometimes, no matter how much you want to get revenge against someone, you're just going to have to wait until you've got yourself in a better situation. So it's always good before just doing some dark work like this to make sure that you check your own situation. And, for example, if you're trying to get rid of your ex, make sure you're not still financially entangled with them. If you're trying to get rid of your boss, make sure you have another job first. It's always a little bit of a different perspective. Make sure that you don't have anything invested that's going to get hurt. But I don't feel that doing what's considered dark work is inherently wrong. So that's what I have put in here. I'm going to go ahead, and this is going to be worked because this is an urgent situation for my customer. This is going to be worked every single day for the next couple of weeks. And I use the traditional black candle on top of it. I'm just going to anoint it with a little bit of that separation oil that I have and pray over it every day and burn that. And that's all that I do in this situation. So go ahead, tell me what you thought of this particular work. I would love to see thoughts, comments, questions down below. My page can be found on Facebook. It is facebook.com/hoodoodelish. And I would love to see you on there. That's the fastest way to contact me. But thank you so much for being faithful followers. I can't believe how many subscribers I have. I started a YouTube channel like by accident almost, and I think we've got 400 and some odd subscribers now, so awesome! But I love you guys, and just keep doing what you do. You're amazing. You encourage me every day. Bye-bye.